Well, tell us about Salt Lake City and tell us why you chose Salt Lake City.
Well, when people hear Salt Lake City, most of the time they think Mormons. And it's not just that. They're not all Mormons there, but that's their headquarters. It's where their temple, their largest temple is. It's where the majority, it's where kind of their center. And I don't know, something about a stateside field, as long as I've been in AIM, has just kind of intrigued me. Like, just thinking about the fact that, yeah, it's a great thing to be able to go to faraway New Zealand and to evangelize those people and talk to them about Christ and bring others into a faith. But what about here? What about people who, live in this supposedly Christian nation, who speak my language and share a lot of my American values? What are they hearing about Christ? And just the Mormon people, they would just be kind of one aspect of it. What Salt Lake City is very big into. First of all, it's one of the youngest places in the country, and Utah in general. Utah is the youngest state, and Salt Lake City is like the youngest city in the youngest state. So it would be a lot of people my age and around my age, and a lot of influencing of this kind of modern thinking, the postmodern kind of, a lot of atheism. If you're not Mormon, you're burnt out on religion because of Mormonism. And I would just like to be able to reach out to those people and give them something that they've never seen before, not the religion of Mormonism and not the just hopelessness of atheism, but that there is hope and that there is a truth that can be offered, and it's not just kind of, everything is relative kind of thing, but that there is an absolute truth and a hope, and that there's something for them there. And so...
So what kind of things will you be doing in Salt Lake City?
Well, a lot of the other fields in AIM have, the missionaries will come in and say, we'll want you kind of involved in existing ministries of the church. So like if Arlington, Texas was a field, they'd be like, we want you involved in Hearts and Hands once a week, and we want you working with the fish women, and we want you to go to this nursing home every week or something like that. In Utah, in Salt Lake City, I'm working with a coordinator by the name of Mike Wiest, and he came in and basically said, find what you're good at and make it your ministry. And we will be involved with a lot of church work, different small groups. The Aimers are on a preaching rotation, so I'll be doing a lot of preaching there. But really the biggest thing is, he said, just get out and make relationships and meet people and get to know people. And a few of the things that, there's just this unlimited number of things you can do there. And one of the things that I'm interested in right now and getting into is a horseback riding ministry, which is kind of helping out kids who may have some muscular deficiencies or were born with certain kinds of handicaps. What horseback riding therapy does is kind of help them to develop their balance and their leg muscles and stuff like that, using horseback riding to kind of improve that kind of thing. And if I was working with that, it would be an amazing opportunity to help people and to connect and to really feel like I'm making a difference. And
so how long are you going to be there?
I will be there for a minimum of 14 months. I haven't really thought about how much longer after that.
But a minimum of 14 months,
yes.
Up to what?
22.
22 months.
I think.
Okay. Agree. Is that the right answer? So, let me ask this. Sounds like you're very excited about this. Do you have any doubts or fears or any anxious thoughts about this whole venture?
Nah. No, I'm actually pretty terrified. I think that being on a stateside field can be, sure, you don't have a language barrier or a culture difference or things like that, but it can be harder because, it's kind of like living at home. You're still in America. It's easier just to be an American than to be, something more to people. And so it may not always feel like a mission field if you're not, having to learn a language or adapt to a culture. You have to remember that you're here to help these people. And it's a lot of times in America, it's easy to just kind of laugh at religion or kind of just brush away faith and things like that, and just say, well, I don't need that. It's just easier. My lifestyle is easier without the worry of a God or whatever. And I mean, there's just this very, I don't know if cynical is the right word, but there's a certain mindset in America that is very difficult to overcome, spiritually speaking. And so my worst fear is that I don't make a difference, and that I go out there and people just aren't willing to listen to really anything. And another fear is that, I'm on a team of two guys, me and a guy named Dustin Horn, who's here, and that's going to be hard. Just the two of us, it's very easy to feel isolated and I guess kind of lonely, and that's something that's going to take some overcoming, and so yeah, that's my other biggest fear.
Okay. What are you hoping to learn about God? And even follow-up question to that, what are you hoping to learn about yourself as you learn these things about God? Or what are you hoping to learn about God and yourself in this experience?
You say, God is love. And I'm just kind of hoping to see in real ways and very close to me ways what that means. What it means to be love. What it means to see complete strangers and the hard to love people and people you just don't like or can't get along with and love them. And to be able to look at the face of people in Salt Lake City, of Mormons and atheists and Buddhists and Hinduists and spiritualists and whatever, and to really truly love them like God loved them and like Christ came and told us to love them. And I mean, it's easy to say, I'm going to go help the lost, but before you can help them, you have to love them, I think. And that's just, I'm hoping to see what that looks like. And I guess for me, that I can live out my faith. That the things I've learned for the past 8 months in AIM, the intensive Bible training and the team building and the past 18 years of my life in this church, going to classes and being part of the youth group and growing up here, that all of that translates into something that can truly bless someone else's life. And that I can make a difference. That's my hope and what I can learn.